Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamerdad, with another video for you. So tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we have a couple new and interesting banners, as well as some expected one as well. So if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. And I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So the first one is this interesting Fateful encounter. So it looks like you got 2 times to summon, and on the 10th ally encounter, you'll encounter a guaranteed 5-star, which is a normal Fateful, but it guarantees one of the ones below listed here, which are the ones debuting in 2020. So you can see the list is actually quite powerful. As you know, as the newer characters have come out, some of them have gotten more and more powerful. Also, on off-banner polls, you can still get Tsukiha as well as Tsukiha AS. And you can see the uprated ones, Victor, Theolili, Mystere, and so on and so forth. So, in my opinion, if you're spending paid stones in this banner, I would advise against it. The reason why is I'm hoping that at this point, the characters you have already aimed for, you have either paid enough Fatefuls or being lucky enough with some of the banner pulls that you have targeted the ones you want. And in that case, you don't want to be taking a chance at one of the other characters that you either already have or don't want. I guess the same thing applies in general. If you are wanting at least half the characters on this banner, or you don't mind having a dupe of some of the other ones, go right ahead and spend 1,000 paid stones. It's actually not bad considering you're getting newer characters, and not only that, at least you're not getting light or shadow on some of the older characters where you may already have had multiple dupes. So that's one great thing about this particular banner. Otherwise, there are going to be more Fatefuls coming up. There is also another Fateful banner on this update, so you might want to save your stones for that one instead of potentially getting a dupe of one you've already summoned for. So this is of course the Fateful for Tsukiha. Regular 10% flat chance on the 10th pull. Otherwise, you have all the other chances of pulling every other 5-star character, including the ones up to Mystere. And I'll cover, I guess, AS Tsukiha's moveset, but just as a general review of yesterday, she is a very powerful Fire Slash user, and being that she has an ability to increase crit rate to 100% for anywhere from 1 to 4 moves, as well increase speed and katana damage anywhere from 30 to 60% depending on the number of stacks. Also, she does a significant amount of damage with her Fire Slash AoE times 2 XL attack, and as you stack stacks, it'll also do additional attacks. So essentially doing multi-attacks one way and or boost your speed and katana damage and crit rate the other way. Kind of like AS Renri. This is of course the free banner also exists where it's 0.8 for the OG, 0.8 for the AS, and of course 0.4% chance for a 4.5 where you can upgrade to either one. So in my opinion, I guess the way you should think about this particular banner is such. Now, knowing that Slash is an extremely powerful zone, we now already have a free crest, so we can really establish Slash zone. You can use any number of Slash users, all of which are very, very powerful. However, what we're looking for moving forward is Slash users that can fit in other teams. So for example, Slash users can fit in fire teams, Slash users that can support the rest of the team by increasing speed or crit damage. If you have a Slash healer that can heal, aka Dunerith, these are the kind of units you need moving forward, especially against some of the toughest bosses in game. You can't just have a pure healer, of course, in front necessarily, not powering the AF bar. Likewise, you can't just have a pure DPS if you need to put a shield up or just kind of get that little bit extra damage in the AF to end the fight right there and then. So in terms of Tsukiha AS, if you already have Renri AS, which already does a boost in Slash and crit rate, you might want to opt out of this one. Also, Mew AS is coming, and she also increases crit rate as well as damage for your team. However, Tsukiha AS is only one that actually increases speed, so keep that in mind as well. This is the other regular banner, I guess, for free-to-plays as well as for anyone who wants to spend their paid or free stones on this banner. So, normal banner 10th encounter is essentially the same odds as normal encounter, except that you guarantee if it is a 5-star character that you hit on the 10th one, you get one of the AS ones out there. And these are the odds here. So if you calculate the overall percentage, it ends up being around the same as normal summoning banners. And so my thoughts on this particular banner, again, very similar to the 2020 release banner for the Fateful. I'm hoping at this point you have the units you've already wanted either through summoning on those particular banners. And keep in mind that a lot of these units can be upgraded from 4.5 to 5, like for example the AS Seal, AS Foreign, those kind of units. And so I would advise against using your free stones, especially as a free to play. If you really want to summon a new unit, I would definitely prioritize AS Tsukiha over that. Unless, of course, you also have AS Tsukiha 4.5, in which case you could side grade by grinding out the required number of chants and treatises. Now, going back to AS Tsukiha. So, like I said before, if you already have AS Renri, it allows you to have that crit rate. So you might not need AS Tsukiha, and you also have AS Miu coming. So for free to plays, you're already going to have two massive fire DPS for slash as well as fire. However, none of them increase the speed of your team, and so I find that fire is actually really slow. If you think about the other elemental or weapon zone banners, teams, you really want one person to also increase the speed so you can land more hits. And so that is one thing where AS Tsukiha shines, but I would advise against it if you already have a pretty good fire team. I mean, after all, you can wait a few more months and get AS Miu. But if you have an embarrassment of riches and you have tons of stones, I mean, think of this team. AS Tsukiha, AS Renri, AS Miu, and your fire zone setter. Or slash zone setter in the case of Radius being the preferred setter for fire teams, being that she is a fire type unit. Just think of the amount of damage you can generate there. So, there you have it. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.